Welcome. This is Beyond the Third. This is Monica Ramirez, Warrior of Love. And today I would like to talk about self-respect and integrity. And what that means actually really for you. To get to the self-respect part, you actually need to learn who you really are. What do you really like? Or else how you're going to respect something that you really never have met or what you like. So you'd have to actually go profound and really be honest with yourself. I know the society and all the programs that they have put on us, what we should like, what we should act, how we should be. But in reality, that just gets us very far away from what we really want. Maybe you would discover that you like the color blue or red or white or yellow, and not because someone tell you, oh, you look very good in blue, that means that has to be your favorite color. It can be any color that actually makes you feel good. So you have to start learning to observe, to hear your own body, your own self. That's one of the first beginnings to start getting to know you. I just did the things in automatic for almost the majority of my life, until one day I was really trying to find why I was here, why I was born. I have passed through so many things by my own choice. I just want to be clarified about that. But I did not know what I want to do. I did not want to have a 3D work. What I'm talking about 3D work is being a secretary, having a boss, dying, working for someone the rest of my life. And I knew deep inside of me that it was something more in life than just going to work, getting up every morning, going to work, eat, come back and go to work again, and come back home, have dinner with your kids, and go to sleep. And that was gonna be the majority of your lives or my life. And I was just scared. There was nothing else behind that. Because I refused just to born, grow, and die. Come on, really? Do you really think human beings are born for that? So I started observing that I like to paint. So my life I've been doing it, but I was doing it consciously. I was just doing it because I wanted to do it. Don't do anything with it. Doing something with my life, I thought it was something more important than that. Then basically, I saw that I enjoy painting. I saw that I enjoy creating, having imagination, how to decorate this, how to do that. I was good in colors. I was good with my creations. And I started working in different medias. And I also understood that I like to teach. And when I understood that every time I was teaching anything, I was learning so much from each one of my students. Then I just started observing at the same time that everything around me, it was teaching me a message, how to be a better person, how to be conscious, how to be aware where I was. Of course, to get my passion, I came to understand deep inside, becoming aware, that what makes me want to get up from bed. What do I find that makes me feel alive when I'm doing it? When I'm seeing a white canvas, how an idea can come. And then I realized that the images was coming, they were pouring to me, and they were making me feel alive, and how I was going to express. And I remember I had many teachers in my life, and one of my teachers told me, paint a heart with a lot of emotion. Oh, that was the best exercise that someone can give me, because I came to understand that a heart organ is not only a heart organ, it has emotion. Now, in this timeline, of course, I can understand that the heart is way more than that. But in that moment when I find my emotion, that I have to put an emotion to to the heart. That's what it made me understand what I was, one of my missions that I have to be here in this timeline. That it was be an artist. And later on came in all my personal work. That's what I'm talking right now. All my personal work that I was needing to change, that I wanna elevate, that I wanted to ascend, that I wanted to be better. Not only an artist that express something in one face, it's also to become a real human being, a real artist. I am not saying that wait for things to happen, but if you find a door that is actually open, go to the door. Why you have to go around or go somewhere else? Our guides are so wonderful. They just wanted to talk to us so much because we have, all of us, we have the same gifts. At least the ones that are watching this program. But we have the same gifts. They give us breadcrumbs. Observe the breadcrumbs. They're always guiding us. And when a door closes, tend to that door, because now you know that where you should not go because the door is closed. When a door closes, other one will open. Just you have to turn and you will find it. It's up to you. Things, I'm not saying that you're sitting down and everything is gonna come to you, food, water, etc. No. You have to work it out. You have to still feel that you have to do something, because we still program. We're living with a bunch of programs. And one of our programs is that you have to work to have a house or a roof or a ceiling in whatever you do. I recommend you to be your passion. Because if you do your passion, that's when doors are going to open easier. If you go against your passion, and your passion is not going to tell you, you have the passion to be laying down the rest of your life. Come on. Really? That's not a passion. Your passion, it will tell you, usually is things that are very creative, but that doesn't mean that a doctor wanna be a doctor. Also, is very creative being a doctor, or a bookkeeper, or lawyer to defending people, or I don't know. Everybody have different passions, so I'm not gonna say that lay down and wait until your magic happens. Magic will happen, but you have to follow your passion. And hear it. It's not laying down or sitting down, usually. And of course, we tend to do this huge mistake all the time, that we say we're gonna do something and we do the contrary. So try to be congruent with yourself. Try to have that integrity with yourself, because a lot of the times we actually don't even put attention in those very important details. That is what is integrity. If you say you're gonna start making yoga, well, start doing yoga. Don't say, oh, my opinion about yogis is this and that, when you actually don't even do it. So how you're gonna even talk about yoga when you're not even practicing yoga? You're gonna start a practice of meditation every morning? Well, just do it. Don't try to tell yourself what you're going to be doing, but you don't do it. You don't have to be telling everybody, oh, you see how good I am a meditator or something like that, when you don't even do meditation, or maybe once a month or maybe once a week. You have to be congruent. That's what I mean. Your integrity should be impeccable. One of my favorite books is The Four Agreements from Miguel Ruiz. So in there he talks about that. Be impeccable with your word. And we're talking about the same thing, integrity. In my culture, where I come from, and we go with my ancestors, for them it was very important that if you say you were going to do one thing, you have to do it. Or else they will call you double tongue. That's people that do not do what they say. How you're going to start learning to respect yourself if you're actually not respecting yourself because you don't know who you are? We go back to the same point over and over again. Why? Because you need to learn what do you really want to do in your life. You're an amazing, beautiful human being that we're here just to experience this human condition when you are actually a light being. So if you go to just from there, you can understand what is your purpose in life, because that will be congruent for your human experience in this timeline. So you need to find why you're here. We all have a mission why we're here. So you need to learn why you're here, and so you want to go deep inside. I love the deep dive that many of us are doing it. You can do it this through meditation or really thinking a lot, going deep inside. You get the idea of the emotion and go more deep inside why I'm feeling this emotion, and you have to go more deep inside, and you can get there. What is your passion? What really moves you? What makes you happy? What makes you get up on bed and look for the best day ever in your life? It will be, that will be your mission. That thing that it actually moves you like a motor in a car is why you're here. Why is your you have to find that one, and you have to actually fight for it. I mean, it should not be fight for it, but unfortunately the society will tell you that is not good for you. You should make money, you should be a bookkeeper, you should be a doctor, you should be this, you should be that. But that's not who you really are. Or maybe you do. I can't tell you, no healer in the world can tell you, this is what you are for, or you should be doing this, because it goes the same thing with the system, and I will not be congruent if I tell you what is your mission. How you're gonna find it? You have to look what is your passion, so you can be congruent. Because if I tell you, I will not be congruent. I hope you understand this meaning that it is simple, but at the same time is so profound, because that will give you meaning and your whole existence, and that will make you actually happy. It will make you complete. It will make you that understand why you're here. And every time you get to the point that you're understanding, you go to the next step in the evolution of the human being. You start growing and growing and growing and going to the next step and the step and the step. But if you're congruent with yourself, if you have respect for yourself, if you have honor with yourself, that's the only way that you can continue going to the next step. If you want to actually be an impeccable person, an impeccable being, and be congruent, that we were talking before, that you can't be lying to yourself or others, because then you're gonna feel bad, because you're not actually, when you say a lie, when you lie to others, you know the truth. And the worst thing that a human being can do is when they lie to themselves, because then you start believing in that lie, and then that's when you get lost. That's when you don't know who you really are. If you want to find yourself, you have to stop lying. You have to stop saying things that they are not real. I know it says, everybody say it, and we know it, that sometimes being honest, it can be painful, not only for you, to the other person that you're saying things. You don't have to go around hurting people and being mean person, like, yes, you look ugly. Come on, really? You don't have to say those kind of things. But in reality, I go with something that my mother used to say, that I don't agree with everything, but in this part I do agree, that if you don't have nothing nice to say about someone, don't say it. It's so simple. You don't have to lie, because then you will feel bad when you see yourself in the mirror. The mirror for me is a very important balance, how I test the waters, how honest I am, and how I don't lie. If I always, when I'm gonna say something, I try to think of myself, looking at myself in the mirror, and if I know I can completely see my eyes in the same mirror, and knowing how that I'm proud to see myself, then I will say it. But if I know I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror the next day and I'm gonna feel crappy and I'm gonna feel shitty, I'm gonna feel bad because I lie or I was dishonest or I didn't respect myself or I was double tongued like I mentioned before, you're not gonna look at yourself at the mirror with pride. So that is very important. Be congruent again. So try not to lie to others, because sometimes you can't believe in your own lies. Believe me. And you will lose yourself. Sorry to repeat this again, but this is very important to hear. If you actually want to change, and you actually want to ascend, if you actually want to have a real life and a beautiful life, because it can be. Our mind is very, very powerful, and it's a very, very creative. Like my passion in that time, I came to understand that I can create anything in a painting, that or in a sculpture, or whatever it was in imagination that I could imagine. I was creating it. My life was being made completely by my own creations, my own thoughts, and my own emotions. So be careful what do you feel and what do you say and what do you think. And if you live between lies and you're not congruent, observe your life, how it's around you, because that is going to be projected to you. One of the things why I will say that it's not good to say white lies to people, why it's not good for them, because you're not helping them. And you says, yes, you're going to be the best astronaut ever, but you never see them study. It is good to pick up their ego a little bit from time to time, but be real. Come on. We're not here to change anybody. We just can't. That's not our job to change anyone. It's not our job to actually elevate anyone. But it's our job to have compassion and have unconditional love for others. How would you like someone to treat you? How would you find that respect for you? In the same way, put the shoes of others. And would you like to someone lie to you and tell you that you're the best musician ever when you're not? Or you're the best artist when you're not? Why they don't tell you, maybe you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it. And if you have to say it, because sometimes we just have to say something, people corner us or whatever, tell me the truth. Well, you don't have to say you're terrible. You don't have to be mean, to be honest. But you can tell them, you know what? There's a bunch of classes. How about here's a class for guitar, or here's a class for painting, or here's something else that you can actually tell them so they can become better. Because in the moment also you think that you know it all, you stop growing. Then what is the point of being alive? What is the emotion to being alive and to get that passion and those juices going? You need to want to get up. You need to actually believe and have illusions to be better every time. How I see living in that third dimensional world and be experiencing a fifth dimensional world in the same space, in the same timeline, is this. And it don't come from me. I just want to be clear in this. Let's say we're in a line in a store, in a grocery store, and there's a lot of people in the line, and we're about to pay. The first person is in a the person is behind the person is paying, is in a 3D reality, because it's just a conscious dimensions. The next person behind them is in the fourth dimension, conscience. And the next person behind the line, the last one, is in a fifth dimension of conscience. Well, the person that is in the 3D world or conscience, she will start getting mad. It's like, oh my God, that woman in front of me, her car is packed and I have to wait all this time and they don't hurry up. And she's angry, she's mad, she's moody, and really in being very pessimist. and having the terrible experience in their life because they're in the line. The fourth person, the person that is behind her, that's in the fourth dimensional, is starting to imagine that, if I start thinking that the line is gonna hurry up more, it might do it, and and the cashier started just doing it faster without you not telling anything, but that person is thinking more positive. So the line is hurrying up, is doing it faster, and she's observing how the magic is starting to work on it, and start feeling happy, like, oh my God, I just have to think positive, and the line goes faster. But the person in the fifth dimension, reality or conscious, what she is feeling, like, oh my God, I'm so happy because I have time to think on myself, how I'm gonna change this situation in my life. I feel so happy. I'm so blessed that I'm meeting all these beautiful people around me, because I can help them out, sending my love and my vibration, so they actually can be more peace and more calm or more hopeful. That's the emotion that the person in the fifth dimension. So with that example, giving that example, how the three conscious can be in the same timeline, even in the same store, even in the same line, I manage my life. Why? I have kids, I am an artist, I have to pay the bills, I have to manage working in different things, so I can have to pay the bills. But why when I tap into the fifth dimension, I came to understand that I actually live an amazing, great life. I actually am working what I like. I'm painting, I'm teaching, I'm selling my artwork, I'm writing, I am now I'm having a new experience in theater. Now, of course, I meditate, I'm learning new things, NLP. I'm actually living the life that I like. I did not realize it before, until now. Because I didn't know how good actually I'm having it, because money is coming in. Slowly, really things happen magically, if I trust. That's why I know I'm not in a 3D world or reality. I know possibly I am anchored right now in the fourth dimension to the fifth, for my moments. Not there yet, working to get there. But I can say that I am living in a fourth dimension reality or conscience. Why? Because in the moments I let the fear control me, that's when actually I'm getting a bigger bill. I'm having something to pay that I was not in the moment thinking that I have to pay it. Why? Because I did not trust myself enough. And when I see the bill, like the other day, I'm going to give an example. In my house, it rained really hard, and the roof, I have problems with the roof. And I thought, oh my God, how am I going to pay the roof? I don't have the money to pay fixing the roof. And in a miracle way, I forgot that I had insurance. And the insurance is going to pay actually for that roof. So things that we are not even conscious are going to fix our problems. Just don't worry how you're going to get there. Just have faith that you're going to get there. Because if you lose that faith, then yeah, really things are going to happen to you. And bills that you don't know how you're going to pay, they're going to come to you. So have faith that if you're in your path, and you're working in your passion, things are just going to get easier and easier and easier. Let yourself guide. When you're going against your guides or life that is actually taking you somewhere, by your passions, because that's when you're feeling the love, unconditional love, connection, compassion, and all those beautiful things, then things can get really good or can really bad. That's completely up to you. How hopeful you are, how much faith you have in life, how much faith you have in yourself, and that you're thinking that you're worthy. Because if you think you're not worthy, things are going to get complicated, and you're going to anchor more in the third dimensional timeline or conscious. And you don't want that from you. You actually want to go to the fifth dimensional or higher. So in reality, it's all about our choices that we do. More that you anchor yourself in the fifth dimension, or thinking that actually you can do whatever it makes you passionate, and being responsible of every single action you do. Every single choice is your action. No one can hurt you unless you give them the permission. If someone do, it's because you're given the permission. Be responsible yourself. Be always responsible yourself, or else you're gonna get stuck in the 3D, and it doesn't feel nice. There is no compassion in there. There is no unconditional love. There is no cooperation. It's just envy, chaos, war, hungry, worries, anxiety. Really, do you want to live in there? It's your choice. No one can get you out of there except for you, because that's your choice to do. Something that I have encountered a lot, and sometimes it makes me sad or bring me down, is understanding that I can't change anyone. That everybody has their own process, their own mission, their own work to do. Whatever is my work, my mission, is not theirs, because each one of us, we're unique. Each one of us, we have the reason why they're here, and it's different. And it is applied for our husband, our kids, our parents, grandparents, all the people around us that we love and we care for them. But in reality, the only thing we can be is becoming the observers, because they are around us for a good reason. They are our teachers. They teach us different things that we have to do for our process. So whatever you do, don't try to change them. It's very selfish thinking that you can change someone for your likes. Who do you think you are? Really? Why you're trying to teach someone to be an honest person if they don't want to be? Maybe it's part of the lessons for them to learn how to be honest. And maybe you're not the teacher for that person. So learn who you really are. Learn why you're here, what moves you. And you say you're gonna do something, don't do it just because the rest of the people are expecting that from you, or because someone told you that's the best for you. Do it because it's actually moving you. We are all one, and I want you to understand this, because in the moment you understand what is unconditional love, and we take the duality, and we understand that we are one, we're living in this beautiful dimension, in the fifth dimension, where the cooperation, where the union, where the love it prevails. And everybody will have a real beautiful planet, Gaia. I'm happy because this planet is living also in the fifth dimension at the same time. It didn't not split. You just have different conscious. Just choose better. Choose something that is actually gonna make you feel happy. And why not? It can be forever. After we work with all our issues, we can get there. But we have to get there all together, because we are all one. Thank you guys for watching Beyond the Third. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the little bell here. Thank you.